So here is Maya's final statement on the matter. I'm going to read it.
Listen, guys, look. Claw is one of the good guys, okay?
What you fail to recognize is I am able to overcome my bias.
Oh, f*** off, Hasan. This is f***ing unbelievable, man. Are they trying to say Anna is... What? Jesus Christ. If the person on the other side is a minority, I will racially abuse them at every single turn and opportunity.
I'm going to read it. She came out with a tweet longer. Admitting bias while pushing your bias kind of makes your admission moot. But what you fail to recognize is I am able to overcome my bias because I still think what she did, whether she completely recognized it or not, is still bad. Regardless of her intent in that moment, her actions were bad. That's the main difference that a lot of you do not understand. I'm not absolving her of her involvement in this circumstance. I'm telling you as an adult, okay, that what she did was bad and wrong. Here's what Maya said in my final statement. She came out earlier this morning. She said, I would like to first respond to the recorded call from last week that was aired on stream. I was not offered the opportunity to represent myself on that call, and thus what I said and my intentions on that day in question were misrepresented. I have already spoken my truth on stream, but in light of the false allegations brought upon me, I feel the need to speak it again on it again. I do not want to engage in nuke wars. I do not want to play games. I will only speak my own intentions and actions that day. I did not go to the house that day with the intention of manipulating Adrianah's story. I did not cover up sexual assault. This would not be possible as even Adrianah did not consider the incident to be sexual assault until this past Monday, as she said on her stream. Adrianah's feelings regarding the situation have rightfully changed that day, and I support her. On that day, I was only able to operate off the information that was given to me by Adrianah and eyewitnesses at that time. Now, this is the part that is important. What Kyle and Adrianah can attest to is whether or not they consider it, whether or not they told Maya, again, that no, it was sexual assault. We think it was sexual assault. We already know. Kyle tweeted it wasn't sexual assault, Hasan. We already know. Again, we already know. The whole situation is a great study on the tribalism of online communities. Did Maya only know that Slick made her uncomfortable, or did she know the details? Or why did Maya tell Adrianah to make definitive statements if Adrianah said she was confused on whether it happened or not? I think that is the fucked up part of this conversation. If you don't think it's sexual assault, that is what I'm saying. I think like Maya's presence in that situation was coercive ultimately because she should not have been there while the tweet longer was being written. I think that is the most valid thing you can say, okay? The most valid and true thing you can say about this is that she should not have been there while the tweet longer was being written, okay? She should not have.
So, but then that leads to another question. Why was she there? Because the story persists that she was just there to confirm what had happened. How did she end up there? Like, what was the intent of her being there? We all have a little Maya Higa in all of us. But I mean, fundamentally, yeah. I mean, obviously, I agree with this, Hasan. Like, she shouldn't have been there. But like, you know, why was she there then?
But as someone who herself has been victim of sexual assault.
Yeah, because that's the other thing as well, right? I keep fucking saying this too. If you need to know what's going to happen, the tweet long is going to be out soon, so you're going to know. You're going to know what's happened because you're going to be able to read the tweet long like everyone else.
I think in that moment, what she was trying to specify, one, because I can't speak to her motivations personally, was because she was not clear on what had happened and probably was motivated by defending her friend, which is wrong. That is the wrong part of this. That is fucked up. Okay? Ooh, if she had handled this with the delicacy of the situation, the delicate nature of the situation, if she handled this appropriately, she would not have gone over there at all. Or even if she did, she would not have said, oh, well, you're saying it's not like sexual assault, so I guess it's not sexual assault. Even in that situation, when a victim herself is saying it's not sexual assault, Okay? You can't be motivated in any meaningful capacity to make it seem like that, because a lot of people in situations like this, a lot of victims in situations like this are looking for any out, okay? Because they are already well aware of the social pressures that are going to be compounding, that are going to be fucking coming down on top of them when they come out with a traumatic.
I don't see how she's coming back to streaming. I'll explain how. There's loads of people out there defending her. Like, oh, it's crazy. It's crazy to me. But, you know, she'll be able to come back. Miskiv will probably come back. Don't think he'll be back to OTK, but he'll come back to streaming. His audience are on a fucking thing to defend him lots. So, yeah, they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Event, okay? When they come out with their own personal experience in the aftermath of a traumatic event. So, for that reason, okay, anyone who especially has their own personal experience with this sort of thing is completely aware of this, or should have been completely aware of this, okay? Even if they were personally misguided. Okay? That's it. That's the main fuck up on Maya's behalf here. Whether she was oblivious to it being sexual assault or not, she should have handled it with more care. And a lot of people who are obviously like shitting on her on the internet, like they don't give a
it's kind of this framing of she should have handled it with more care. I mean, she shouldn't have handled it at all. Like, she shouldn't have been involved. She shouldn't have been there. Like, what's it got to do with her anyway? You know, think about it like this, right? Her involvement in this is that she's friends with Crazy Slick. Like, I feel like we've kind of maybe somewhere along the way forgotten that, right? Her only involvement is that she's friends with Crazy Slick, and obviously the Miskiff connection too. That's it. There's no other reason for her to be involved. Whatsoever. Right? God, I feel like we've really lost sight of that. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the only reason she's fucking involved in this. It's crazy.
fuck. Like they themselves would not have been doing the right thing, but it doesn't matter. This is a good opportunity for everyone to understand how to deal with situations like this. Okay? You are still milking this content, Lamau. Yes, teaching 40,000 fucking kids, a lot of kids, as a matter of fact, about how to deal with victims in a sexual...
Oh, fuck off, Hasan. This is fucking unbelievable, man. Just fucking... Yes, you're using it for content. Don't give me this bullshit. Well, no, I've got to teach these people about this. No, motherfucker. You're using it for content. Obviously. What is this fucking... Well, you see... Yeah, it's up to me. I got to teach all these kids about this. No, you fucking don't, man. Come on. Jesus Christ.
Sexual assault allegation is definitely milking, okay? Yeah, that's what this is.
By the way, that's why leaning in is the only way. I'm telling you guys. Leaning in is the only way. Do you know what, right? I think sometimes, okay? I think sometimes even Destiny could do with leaning into it more. Okay? Because sometimes even Destiny will try and do this thing where he goes, oh no, it's not like... And he tries to explain it. It's like, no, just fucking lean into it. Okay? Fuck them. What are they going to do? What are they going to do when you say, yeah, I am milking it actually? What are you going to do about it? Fuck you. They can't do anything. That's it. They've lost. They fucking lost and you win. Okay? Hasan be like, unpopular opinion, but covering up sexual assault is bad. Even Destiny, like he's better than any of these people. All I'm saying, listen, I'm not commenting on Destiny being a good person or not, okay? All I'm saying is that sometimes I notice that Destiny does this thing where he kind of tries to, there's almost like a level of trying to disprove some shit someone's saying about him. Oh man, it happened the other night. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. But I remember it happening and I was like, damn, he should have just giga chatted it. Oh, Based, we'll watch this as well, thank you. The content gods continue to bless us. My ninja. Maybe the My Ninja thing, I don't know.
I think the same thing that is true of Miz is also partially true of Maya. That's the personal bias of knowing Slick shifted the gears towards Maya, believing that the seriousness of the situation was not that of a sexual assault. The power dynamic and the factor also plays a huge part. Bro here still supporting someone who covered sexual assault? Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Okay. I'm a newsboy, and I'm doing my news job. Okay?
Oh, my God. I hate the... Fuck's sake. Why does he say things like that, man? Oh, my God. To be fair, I mean, he could probably be more critical in places, but I don't think he's, like, super hard covering for Maya. I don't think he's, like, he is at the very least being critical of some of her actions. So I don't think it's fair to say that he's, like, covering for her as such. But yeah, I mean, obviously there's probably more criticism that could be levied, but I just hate this, like, I'm doing the news, I'm teaching kids about how to deal with this. Like, no, you're not, bro. You're just making content.
How you don't lose your mind when people twist anything against you is amazing to me. Yeah. People that are desperately in here trying to misrepresent what I am saying here, once again, showcase that they do not give a fuck about the actions that took place. They do not give a fuck about victims. They do not give a fuck about anything. They're just in it for the fun. They're in it for the drama. Okay? Calm the fuck down. The information was that there was no rape or sexual assault, but that Crazy Slick had made Adrianah uncomfortable. I supported Adrianah in sharing this. I did ask about her experience, and I did go there with the intention of understanding the truth of the incident that occurred at the party in January of 2020. At the time, I thought this was the right thing to do. I fully understand that it was wrong, given my position, to insert myself into that situation. I apologize for the power dynamic and the harm I might have caused. It was irresponsible of me to not remove myself from the situation, and I take full accountability for making this mistake. I am deeply disappointed in my judgment and choices, and I am deeply sorry to Adrianah for my involvement. I never intended for my status to influence Adrianah. I would never knowingly protect the predator, and I would never threaten or discourage a victim from speaking out about their experiences. I absolutely condemn the actions of Crazy Slick. I have privately apologized to Adrianah and will publicly apologize again. I'm truly sorry for Adrianah's experience with Crazy Slick and for the experiences of other women who have shared their stories. I'm sorry, and I feel horrible for being part of the reason that Adrianah has experienced everything that she has in the past year. I'm sorry that this has become a nauseating he said, she said battle. I've remained in this industry because I've always seen streaming as a means to an end, the end being a powerful platform for conservation education. For those of you who are still willing to support my platform, thank you. For those of you unwilling, I understand. I'm stepping away from my online platforms indefinitely. I'm sorry. Thank you all for reading. People that don't know, two big deals. Maya has not spoken to the convo with Mitch and Miz. She's avoiding it for a reason. Also, Barry said this won't be good. She said this won't be good for your career. Why won't she address this? I wonder why she's avoiding those two contentious things. Because I'll tell you why. Okay, if that is true, which I have no reason to believe it's not, even though it's Barry saying it, but still. The reason why she's probably not addressing it is because she understands how it looks. Okay? Because in that circumstance, depending on whether it's sexual assault or not, okay, depending on whether the victim feels like it was sexual assault or not, changes the dynamic of what you are saying, okay?
You have 5 clout bucks. You can buy the streamers to defend you. The rest will try and cancel you. Oh my God. This is so good. Train 150. Destiny $7. Mitch minus $4. Pokemon $3. XQC $1 Canadian. Mizkif $3 as best friend. Bob 7 $2. Hasan $6.99. Silica $5. He'll return 10 next week. He swears, bro. And then Casey Tron free with Bob. That is a fucking that is a 10 out of 10 meme, I gotta say. Oh man. I'd buy train 3 times. I mean, you know, obvious. My choice is obvious. My choice is obvious. It's got to be Mitch. Wait, hang on. So, no. Wait, hang on. I would take Destiny and Mitch because then I'd be within the budget. No, wait, because that'd be -4. Mitch, Destiny, and Trainwrecks. It's got to be. It's got to be, surely. How much would Chud be? Well, I'd probably be a budget option because don't have enough clout to really, you know, to get my voice out there as much as some of the other people. -1. But yeah. Chud is free because he's racist. Yeah, guys, I will defend you, okay? However, I will absolutely be racist, 100%. And if the person on the other side is a minority, I will racially abuse them at every single turn and opportunity, potentially discrediting your case. So that's what my deal would be, okay? That's a banger meme, I've got to say.
It changes it entirely. It's like saying,
Can I pay
oh,
you
when you come out
more
with this, it's going to be
slurs?
bad. That's a terrible statement. That's a threat. Depending on what the context and the nuance is in that situation, it's either a fucking vicious threat.
Guys. We will wait for ads. Don't worry. Listen, I'm being so nice at the moment. We're waiting for ads every time. I'm such a nice guy. It's unbelievable.
Or something you should have never said in general, even if you were fucking being like, yeah, I mean, this is, you know, people are going to fucking yell at you. Barry is straight up lying and you're still eating it up, fucking gross. Maya takes the biggest L and Miz gets off scot-free. Damn, believing Barry over your friend? No, okay, listen. This corresponds to, and Adrianah might change how she feels, or maybe I misunderstood. But this actually does make sense given the context of the situation and given what Kyle has said and given what Adrianah has said. Okay? This makes sense. Now it's up to Adrianah to accept it or not. Okay? You hitched your wagon on the wrong side. Barry and Kyle have been proven to be manipulative liars. I have hitched my wagon to no side. There is no sides in this story. The only fucking thing I care about is that Adrianah came out with her story, and now a person who has creeped on a bunch of different people is at least removed from said community. Okay?
But the problem is, here's the problem. And this is why Mizkif and Maya's actions are obviously so bad, because they have given cover to this guy who has got this pattern of like sexually harassing people. There's even that clip of Maya laughing about Crazy Slick speaking to that one person, and the person was saying to Maya like, I don't know if this is like sexy or creepy, it's a bit weird, and she was laughing about it, right? So it's like it goes a little bit beyond just, oh well, we got the person out. What about the fact that they were just given cover to just continue to do this and get, you know, not the sexual assault as such, but, you know, not that we know, from my understanding, Adrianah is the only person affected by that. But, you know, the fact that he was able to go and talk to all these women, you know, being Mizkif's friend, essentially. But, yeah.
That is a wild analysis to look at. Like, to look at this as though, like, oh, this side, that side, you're hitching your wagon to the wrong side. When I, as well as Maya herself, recognizes that whether intentionally or unintentionally, her actions there were completely inappropriate. Don, I really think chat thinks this is a normal convo when this is making us look bad. Jesus, what? Did Adria actually say she didn't think it was sexual assault until recently, not defending anyone, just pointing that out? up until that moment, I don't know what the event, I don't know what Adrianah had said leading up to that. What I do know is what she has said now. Okay? And that's what matters. You understand?
Okay, I'll speed it up, sorry.
What matters is what she said this past week. If we're looking at the events that took place back then, when Novaru came out with someone else's story, okay, that has a different set of standards when you're analyzing it. What matters is what she is saying now, okay? If we're looking at like intent, action, reaction now, I think everyone agrees Slick has done fucked up things, okay? Slick has done fucked up things. And he's gone. He should not have been defended. At the time when this event took place, the perfect circumstance would have been Maya not going there at all, okay? And Adrianah coming out in whichever way she wanted to. She could have still came out with the same statement, but probably not, okay? But it would have been on her own volition. Do you understand that? If she had written this exact same twit longer back then and then came out a year later and said, I was wrong on that twit longer, this is actually what happened, people would not be yelling at fucking Maya. I don't even think they would be yelling at Miskiff, as a matter of fact. They probably still would be yelling at Miskiff because he still sheltered someone and people would say, how long did you know? And that's an understandable question to pose, right? Do you get it? But the main problem here is that she was there. Whether it was because they wanted to figure out what Slick had done, and whether it was rape, sexual assault, or sexual harassment, or just like overall creepy behavior, just so they could figure out like if it's acceptable to fucking kick crazy Slick out or not. Okay, whether it was for that reason or because they wanted to legitimately coerce the witness in this situation and the victim in this situation to like not coming out about sexual assault, it's still wrong. Even in the right, even if you.
Okay, but it makes it work. The thing is, I agree that it's still wrong regardless, but there's a big difference between someone going there and unintentionally influencing without thinking about it or realizing it at the time versus going there with the intent specifically to obfuscate what had truly happened. And obviously, I lean towards the latter being the case. But, you know, I think that's a lot worse, surely, no? Maya's just getting super, I don't know. I mean, look, Hasan has got some core points which I kind of agree with, but it just feels like the way he's talking about this definitely comes across that there's this issue. But yeah.
Had the right intentions, the actions itself were still wrong. They should not have been in that room when the fucking Twitch longer was being written. Bro, you're going to feel silly when you go down the LSF front page. So, this is something that no one has ever said. I'm going to keep it real with you. Like, no one has ever been like, man, you're going to feel so silly. Even if they deleted hundreds of tweets the day of the call, even if Kyle and his girlfriend deleted hundreds of tweets the day of the call, and I do agree with like Mitch and Barry not being trustworthy, which I have also mentioned that. I think Mitch showed that. Like, think about it this way. Mitch Jones, personally, is supposed to be the hero in this story, right? He's friends with Adrianah. He goes to Train. He tells Train, like, I feel kind of fucked up about this situation that took place. And then, because of his inconsistent fucking testimony, he literally comes out looking like one of the worst people involved in it because he's just in it for himself. True. Like, that's what he comes across as, no matter what. So obviously, like, I understand that. But that doesn't change the dynamic. That doesn't change what ended up happening. My point is, from...
Yeah, like, these people are just grasping at straws with the deleted tweet shit. I think what the person in chat said earlier was true. They were probably just deleting stuff where maybe they looked a little bit like it could be used against them or something like that. I think that's the most likely explanation, to besmirch their character in some way because they knew people would be digging through their tweets. But I don't think it's anything beyond that, personally.
The most charitable to the least charitable interpretation of events that took place, looking at it from Maya's perspective, what she did was still wrong, and she recognizes that and is apologizing both to the victim personally and, just publicly as well. Okay? Kyle that witnessed Adrianah getting sexually assaulted, joking about it the day after and deleted tweets.
Jokes to her.
This stuff is I don't agree with this either, by the way. Like people like this comes across as like grasping at straws to me.
Based Hasan.
The day after the incident. Okay.
Like this does seem grasping at straws. It seems like you're doing the thing.
Yeah, I mean that's true. It triggers me beyond belief that Maya's getting away with this scot-free. Guys, unfortunately, the world is not like Hollywood. I'm afraid to tell you. The world is not like Hollywood. The reality of it is that people will do fucked up shit and get away with it. Do you want to go to prison? Me, I don't, you know, I'm not saying anyone should go to prison over this. You know, it's tricky because it's like, what should happen? What do you mean these should sound a lot like Hollywood? Yeah, Hollywood is better at covering up. I don't even, like, you know, I don't even have an answer because, you know, I'm not one that's like, I want someone to suffer, you know. I think that suffering, you know, as an end to maybe help someone learn something to improve and get better, maybe there was some value in that somewhere, right? Like, you know, when you fuck up real bad and you have to struggle to fix it, I think that's a real valuable learning experience that people go through in order to improve themselves. But beyond that, I don't, you know, I don't even necessarily want like these people removed from the internet necessarily, you know? I think what annoys me is you just have these people that are like defending them with this weird stuff. I just want people to go, yeah, I guess if everyone was just like, yeah, what she did is really fucked up. I don't know, maybe that might make me happy. I don't know. But there's so many people that aren't doing that. And the defense of her is crazy. I tell you what annoys me as well, right? Is the fact that you've got these kind of, you know, these social aspects. You've got, like, say, live stream fails. And that seemingly is on overdrive to play super hardcore defense for Maya. That shit pisses me off. Hey, thanks a lot. That's really generous of you.
Hello Chud, I've changed my legal name to Slicker to get in good with my skiff to cover up my human trafficking charges. I've seen what he and his significant other have done for others of my name and I will be happy after the help to call them Maya Higgers.
Thank you very much for the 333 bagging meme. The thing is like, if, yeah, I don't really know. I don't know what I want, you know? I'm not one that's like, oh, these people should hang from the rafters or something like that. I don't even know what I want. I just, you know, I find it annoying that there's stuff that these people have done that is kind of getting swept under the rug and people aren't talking about. There's inconsistencies that people aren't digging into in any substantial way. Some people are, which is good, and it's good to see that when they do. But just some of the stuff, I'm like, come on, this person is obviously lying, you know? And I guess, I tell you what I would, okay. I tell you what I really want. I tell you what I want. And it's impossible. It's not going to happen, okay? I want these people to just come out and say, yeah, I did do that. I want Maya to come out and say, yeah, I did put undue influence on Adrianah to change her to it longer. I want Miss Gift to come out explicitly publicly and say, yeah, I sent them round there because I was worried about my friend Crazy Slick getting cancelled. So I advised them to make sure that it didn't sound as bad as it perhaps was. That's what I want. But it's not going to happen. Okay? I want Mitch Jones to admit he fucked those dogs. Dog warts. But no, in all seriousness, yeah. I think that's all that I want. Beyond that, I don't really care. And of course, it's not going to happen. And the lawyer, yeah, I know it's cloud cuckoo land, but I think that's just what I want, the honesty. It's why I got so pissed off with Extreme Dad to the point where I was sending him pictures of a burning down caravan of a trailer from a trailer park saying, "Hey, look at your new home," and it was just a trailer being burnt to a crisp. I did that because I was really pissed off with him, because he and I, you know, had fucking, at this point, like, proof essentially that he had deleted those messages, and he still refused to admit it. And that made me so pissed off. I was like, "What the fuck, man? Just it's like, bro, just admit it. Just say you did it." Okay? Just say you did it. But unfortunately, he didn't. Brendan Miskiv tweeted this. Listening to Mr. Brightside by the Killers and got PTSD when he said Destiny is calling me. So yeah, in any case, I you know, it's not about punishment necessarily, or saying, oh, they should, I just want to see them suffer because I like seeing people suffer. It's just frustration that there isn't a level of honesty and they're going to be able to wriggle out of this. The third party investigate. Listen, third party investigation is a meme, okay? This is what orgs do. They go, oh, we're going to do a third party investigation, okay? This is just the meme. Who was it? I think, did Devon Nash point this out? I think Devon Nash pointed this out, right? Third-party investigation reports to the organisation. They don't report to us. They're not going to come to us and go, this is what we found out. They're going to go to OTK and go, this is what we discovered. And then OTK will just PR spin whatever they need to fucking move forward, right? If you think that OTK, right, is going to do it in a way that's going to harm themselves, you're dreaming. You're fucking dreaming. Even if they found some level of issue beyond merely what Miskiv did. To be fair, I don't know if that's really the case in this situation. But the point I'm making is, you know, they're going to present whatever the findings are in the way that's optimum to continue their business onwards, okay? So Miskiv's probably going to go. He's gone already, I think. But, you know, that's going to be finalised, crystallised, done. So, yeah. Lawyer's going to lawyer, human's going to human. Any oiler's going to oil? That's the big question I want to know the answer to.
That, like, you know, victims don't appreciate and makes it harder for other victims to come out. Like, this is right before the party, right? If I kissed you last night, please let me know. Thanks. I was literally assaulted. You'll be hearing from my lawyers Tuesday. Do you know who my dad is? I'm not too sure because you were calling everyone daddy last night. Seems like the opposite and grasping at straws to not change your opinion. No, this is after the party, right? This is after the party. I don't think you guys understand what you're doing. Someone posted in a comment there. Is this all the evidence or whatever? On January 19, 2020, I went to Nova's 21st birthday party, and I went because I went with some of my close friends. I believe that would be safe for me to enjoy. I got very intoxicated, and I ended up blacked out. Like, this is just like straight up
bro,
trying
I'm begging,
to
bro.
Trying to find anything and everything you can on a person who came out in an actual fucking sexual assault scenario, and literally trying to turn it back on a victim. This is the original Twit Longer, and I'm using this as her context as to why she needs her friends Kyle and his girlfriend Anna to recall the events. I was told that I was kissing my best friend Anna and another one of my close friends at the time.
Hey, how's it going, Claw? Adrianah would get blackout drunk every single weekend in Austin. That sounds fucking based. No, I mean, yeah, sure. I guess she was young and new to the scene, right? Also, 21 is the legal drinking age, right? Hey, Nick Static.
Welcome to Chud Nation.
Thank you for the sub. Was she wearing a skirt while she's doing it? Listen, guys, look. Claw is one of the good guys, okay? Claw is not saying that because he's saying she deserved it, you fucking weirdos. He's saying it because he's saying that she was like, you know, people should have looked out for her. Exactly. Because, you know, people say to me, no one cares about underage drinking, right? But if you've got someone who comes to your party that's underage and they're getting like blackout drunk, right? through drinks that you're supplying, maybe? I don't know if maybe she bought her own drinks, but the point is this in your property? Right? What I'm getting at is like, at what point would you go, okay, like this is a bit weird?
Crazy Slick was following us around, trying to kiss me, trying to kiss her, and at one point I was told that he and I ended up kissing. She reiterates in a statement that she does not remember. Of course she doesn't remember. She was fucking drunk. I don't know what this is supposed to imply here. She reiterates in a statement that she does not remember. She says, I was told that I was kissing my best friend Anna consensually. She then says, I was told that he and I ended up kissing. Now, she does not include consensually, implying that the kiss did not have her consent, even if, when she has no recollection of both kisses. Yes, because one is her friend.
So listen, right? Here's the point, right? There's clearly some sort of structural issue that exists, okay? If someone can come in at like 19 and go from party to party to party getting blackout drunk, right? There's a problem with the culture, right? Do you see what I mean? If that is kind of the, you know, because like, okay, imagine if there was like a fucking church, a series of church parties, okay? Do you think a 19-year-old person could go from party to party to party and get blackout? Do you think they do that at these church? But no, of course not, because that's not the fucking culture of church, is it? Now, I'm not saying that the streaming world needs to be like fucking church, but what I am saying is there's clearly a cultural issue that exists if this is the kind of behavior and mentality. Listen, I need to try and find out what's going on at TwitchCon, okay? Because maybe I'm going to get some insights into the fucking some of the weird shit that's going on. There is, but this is the same as absolutely every college campus in the US. The difference is, right, with like college campuses, it's all college students that are the same age, okay? Right? Whereas if you've got it happening at parties, there's elders that you would have thought are responsible, no? The wise party elders. But no, people that have got a bit more about them, surely. Maybe frat parties are safer. I don't know enough about the fucking culture, okay? Just whatever. I'm just saying that there's a problem with the culture that exists if this is a sort of thing that's happening, right? Fuck me.
This is written by like a freakazoid, dude. Yes, one person that she is kissing, even if she is like unable to give consent, is still a friend, okay? What the fuck? Guys, calm the fuck down. This is insane. There's a difference between, you know, kissing your girlfriend on the cheek, okay? And then kissing a random woman on the street on the cheek, right? These two things are different, right? Before you say you can sexually assault your friends, you are correct. As a matter of fact, most times it is between friends, obviously, okay? But you also have to recognize that human beings and interpersonal relationships are fucking gray. Jesus Christ. Are you trying to say that like she had the same level of involvement with fucking Crazy Slick as she did with one of her best friends? There is a lot of gray area here. And the main component in this circumstance is always what the victim or the other person, the like receiving party, whether she's receptive or not. It's not that complex. Trying to explain this, a little teenager's gonna kill you. I mean, I've done this so many fucking times. I've like described it to people so many times and it's still hard for people to comprehend. Okay? Adrianah kissing her friend drunk and then saying she doesn't have a problem with that does not mean that she's like opening up consent to fucking Crazy Slick. You understand? And it does not mean that what Crazy Slick did and what Adrianah did or what Anna and Adrianah did together is on the same fucking level. Obviously, dude. What the fuck? One is a person that she doesn't know all that well, randomly fucking following them around, as she's also mentioned in her fucking twit longer. Consent cannot be given to individuals who are underage, intoxicated, or incapacitated by drugs or alcohol asleep. This applies to Anna as well. Jesus Christ. You're literally fucking saying like, whoa, why didn't she get mad at Anna? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's her fucking friend. You have to be completely...
Wait. Are they trying to say Anna is... What? Jesus Christ. That is... Guys. Right? Fucking, these people have never been outside, seemingly. Guess what? Guess what? Girls get drunk at parties and kiss each other, okay? That's a different dynamic than you, like a fucking rape Terminator, boop, 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 scanning, you know, see a girl that's fucking pissed out of her head, you know, execute, boom, go over there, start trying to fucking kiss her. There's a difference between those two things that are happening, okay? Like, what the fuck is this take? Jesus Christ, man.
Obtuse. You have to be deliberately trying to act like you don't understand how human beings operate if you write something like this, okay? Stop. This is complete ridiculousness, okay? Complete ridiculousness, and it's broaching on dangerous fucking territory. I mean, we're already way inside of dangerous fucking territory. This is wild. This is important because when given an unbiased comment of the story, you should not be defending consensual kisses in an instance where the underage drinker is not able to give consent for actions. No, this is crazy. This is absolutely insane, dude. This is a ridiculous fucking take. Rare Hasan L? No, this is a ridiculous take. I'm sorry. This goes against everything I fucking believe in, okay? This is bananas. It's like akin to saying, oh, well, my mommy kissed me when she tucked me into bed. So why can't I kiss random women on the street? Like, it's like that. It's ridiculous. You're ridiculous. Like, oh, well, she didn't give consent. Like, you can, in that circumstance, it's up to the victim. If she does not feel victimized, and this is a consistent take that I've had, if she doesn't fucking feel victimized by Anna, but feels victimized by Slick, then that's that. And you don't really need additional evidence for that, but there's plenty of additional evidence as to why it would be fucking weird. Yes, someone who's blackout drunk and kissing her friend is not going to feel the same level as like fucked up by kissing a random person. That's crazy. Consent. That's the key factor here.
That's really generous of you. Hey!
You've missed the point.
Whoever
of
wrote this.
Higa. The individual isn't important. The idea is important. It makes no difference who is behind the cover-up. We all spam LSF together to save our queen. We are Maya Higa. We do not admit. We do not apologize. Expect us.
Thank you very much for the 333. What's this? I know I'm not seeing people clout supporting victims right now that were the same ones trying to dismiss me getting drugged last year at a Halloween party with all these streamers with the classic "she drank too much." What? Other people reached out to me, then too afraid to say they also got hit with something that night because of the big names that were there. God, I'm so glad I moved. Fuck me. Right, listen, guys, listen. Oh, man. I think, based on some stuff I've seen, both in front of and behind the scenes, okay? Like, man, this rabbit hole, this shit is literally the entrance to the rabbit hole, okay? It is the grass on top of the rabbit hole. This stuff goes fucking deep, right? I think the biggest issue, though, is going to be probably hard evidence, okay? I think that is going to be the hardest thing of all of this, is what can you prove, right? This is the problem. Do you remember the Twitch Me Too of 2020? There was tons of women discussing these parties, yeah. You knew the whole situation too, saddened by this. Oh dear. Oh look, there's Claw. You doxed me, Adriana. She posted a picture replying to the guy you made out with at a party. Oh, damn. Wait, what about the sexual assault when she was sleeping? Why don't you let her tell the story, Adriana? Who are you covering up for? Saddened by this. Jesus Christ, Claw. I think the problem you've got is when you just say vague stuff like this. I feel like that's why people call you a schizo. It's an iceberg. It's a lake, as Alan Wake would say.
Just forgot to include the part where you can't consent when you were asleep. Exactly. I mean, they're trying to say that you were so blackout drunk that you don't remember who you were kissing, which means you couldn't give consent to the other person either. That's what they're trying to say. Where the underage drinker is not able to give consent for actions, this means cause where common of events cannot be trusted as a description of what Slick did that night because he himself was stated that he was mad.
Basically, this is the issue, right? This is the issue. What needs to happen is there needs to be some hard evidence, and it's like, bam, here it is, boom, right? But I don't even know if evidence of some of this stuff exists. But someone said that it's like fucking the Soups, it's like The Boys, and I think there's some truth to that. I think there's some truth to that. I reckon Herogasm. I reckon Herogasm. There's probably something similar going on at the top end of like the Twitch stuff.
Slick tried to kiss his girlfriend, and he would definitely not give Slick the benefit of the doubt. What? Is this defending? Like, this almost reads like it's fucking defending Slick, dude. I'm losing my mind. Yo, what happened last night? If I kiss you last night, please let me know. Thanks. This is the day after. This week confirmed she does not remember, but mentions kissing someone, which is weird. No, it's not.
Okay, listen, but you got to stop vague schizo posting, okay? That's all I ask.
Not weird. This means she does not remember kissing
Unless
Slick
that's
or
part
Anna,
of the process, I don't know.
Has not been told at the time what had happened when she was unconscious. Okay, that makes sense. I was literally assaulted. You've been hearing. This is two friends who are just joking around with one another. I'm not too sure you were calling everyone daddy last night. This is Kyle's reply is, if I kiss you last night, please let me know. Thanks, with the sexual assault joke instead. Now listen, if you knew a case of sexual assault harassment happened, you would not be making this joke, especially to the victim. This assault joke he made was liked by Anna, his girlfriend, who was present in the room as the two of the witnesses. Okay, guys. I don't even understand what this is trying to, what you are trying to fucking say here. That like, I mean, I do understand it. It's pretty gross. I think what they're trying to say is that like, well, they made jokes about the events that unfolded last night. If it was like as serious as a fucking situation as they claim, in the moment, they would not be making jokes about it. And therefore, they changed their story to lie, is what they're saying, which is textbook fucking victim blaming. It's textbook fucking trying to stop and silence and suppress victims from coming forward. This is exactly what is wrong with having this sort of conversation. This is exactly why I always fucking say you have to deal with these matters in an incredibly delicate capacity. Ultimately, if someone, as I literally said back in fucking January, even in her twit longer, where she wrote that it was not sexual assault, I said in 2021, when the twit longer first came out, this could have gone down a very different way, given that the action and the fucking reaction was right there for it to be textbook sexual assault. It doesn't matter. There is no like, well, it's that the act she wrote that it was not sexual assault. I said in 2021, when the twit longer first came out, this could have gone down a very different way, given that the action and the fucking reaction was right there for it to be textbook sexual assault. It doesn't matter.
I've been wanting to do this, but now that he said this, it's a crazy time. I'm typing in crazy into YouTube search. If you get blackout drunk at a party as a girl with drunk guys, where you can almost expect something like that to happen, it's not her fault, but it's pretty damn stupid. Jesus. So you're saying she should have been a Christian and she deserved it, her? Pretty sure it's not all that uncommon for both boys and girls to grope each other to some degree when they get hammered. I was never that much of a party goer, but I know enough that it can't be that rare. People are fucking idiots when they get drunk. To call it assault sounds a bit disingenuous. Harassment at most. No, if you physically touch someone in a sexual part of their body without consent, that is sexual assault. Yeah, that is just sexual assault. Assault is defined as a violent attack usually. Well, that's the problem. You're looking up the definition of assault. What is sexual assault? Sexual assault happens when someone touches another person in a sexual manner without their consent. Okay. Try looking up the right term next time. Is it sexual assault if you're dancing with a stranger and get close and touch their hips slowly? Not necessarily, no. The problem is some situations consent can be implied. Like if you're dancing with someone, and you go to do it and they're accepting of that. It's tricky. It's, it's human interaction that's difficult to ascertain sometimes, But if someone is asleep and you touch their breasts, when they're blackout drunk and they can't respond, then yeah, that's sexual assault, obviously. I don't think this guy needs to be modded. They're allowed to have stupid opinions. That's fine.
There is no like, well, it's an afterthought and you can't change it. No takebacks. Like it doesn't work that way. I literally said it even then. And I didn't have any of this information that I do now. The only thing I was working off of was Adriana's own statement from her twitlonger, even back then. Why did I give you the example of the drunk driving analogy? Because sometimes you do fucked up shit, okay? And it's a lighter version of it. Or it's only lightened by the fact that the victim herself...
By the way, assault doesn't have to be violent, right? You can get charged with assault, not necessarily for like a violent act against someone.
Come out and say it was sexual assault. And you basically should use that...
Potentially, in a legal sense, right? Poking someone with your finger could be classified as assault.
As an educational opportunity for you to fucking, get better for yourself. That is what I talked about even back then, because his actions were still clear-cut textbook sexual assault, okay? That's it. Yikes, dude. Everyone involved in this, like all the fucking communities that have been involved in this have behaved in the most insane way possible. Slick in the amount, or joking about sexual assault, what most likely happened is they found out some stuff about Slick later, and then now their opinion changed because there was more to the witness, more to his weirdness in their eyes.
Assault can just be unwanted physical contact. So if you poke someone with your finger, potentially, you could potentially, obviously no one would, but that could potentially legally be treated as assault. So, read up on what assault actually is rather than what you think it is.
Still does not give the excuse to change the story to him assaulting her, since now who knows what would have happened had they not been there. Should not been used as absolutes. Wait, what? No, that absolutely, what? Even when there was no additional evidence that Slick was being weird, I literally said, if they weren't there, who knows what could have fucking happened, as one of the reasons. And this was way back in fucking, again, when I first read the twitlonger, because you don't just fucking go into a room where someone is passed the fuck out and touch them. This is literally like defending Slick. This is an insane,
okay, you're arguing with legal terms. These are legal terms, okay? If you don't like legal terms, I don't know, petition the fucking government to change it. I don't know what to tell you. Those are the legal terms and definitions that they use when looking at this stuff, you fucking retard.
Called as well. This is an insane Imgur gallery here. Assumptions are being used freely in this scenario and are being used to amplify the encounter of a sexual assault. They saw it as what it was at the time. He was being a weird, drunk idiot. No, he was being a weird, drunk idiot who sexually assaulted someone, and the witness herself did not consider it at the time to be sexual assault, even though it was clear-cut sexual assault, textbook sexual assault. That's it. And by the way, Slick, instead of fucking turning around and like changing his ways, okay? Instead of Slick turning around and changing his ways, apologizing to Adrianah, making sure that Adrianah felt welcome in this circle, and like literally never doing anything again, going to therapy, he was still creeping on fucking girls on the internet nonstop, being like, yo, check out my dick. So like, what are you talking about? This is not written in like July 2021. This is written now. This is an insane fucking thing to put together when you have the benefit of fucking hindsight. This isn't even like defending Misgift by saying like, well, he didn't know what the extent was. He didn't know the extent of what Crazy Slick had done. So he was just like looking out for his friend who he didn't think was like super, super creepy, just like a little creepy or whatever, okay? That's not even what this is. This is just straight up trying to defend Slick, which is insane to me. If he had done anything inappropriate, I'm sure Kyle would have stopped them, and this would have been the headline. Kyle has not stated to not like Slick in that moment. Wait, they did, though. He did. He was like, get away. They literally got him away. They got Slick away from Adrianah, who was passed the fuck out. That's crazy. Feeling so alone, like I'm so fucked up, I can't connect with shit. Music helps, but sometimes I need help. This Mitch tweet seems like he's depressed for some reason. And now we know he has been told by Train about the house visit and how he feels bad about that day. I don't give a fuck who comes after me, who puts me in their sights. If you win every day, you're a fake and a fraud. I don't give a fuck if when I call you out, you suddenly lose on that day. Fuck off. You're all scammers. You're all fucking trash. Fuck the gambling section. What? This is a deleted post from Train in the morning of the Mitch post. He seems unhinged about something. What the fuck? Okay, this stuff is so unrelated. Fuck affiliate codes. Fuck fake money deals. How can streamers get viewers hooked when they themselves aren't taking the same shit risk they want to expose others to? Fucking dog shit section. This is a deleted post from Train in the Morning of the Mitch post. He seems unhinged about something that I tried to find, something that would trigger him so much, but there was a clue in the Hasan Argues stream that included Train, XUC, and Adrianah. On 9/20/2022, in his Hasan Argues VOD, you can go to 04/37/30, and Adrianah brings up a DM Train Center on 9/11/2021, 2 months after the twit longer. In the VOD, Train's DMs to Adrianah reads as follows: "You tell me what you need from me to feel in power again. I've been a lone wolf in the scene for a reason. I know how disgusting PG-13 role models can be. Is this not the DM of a person who wants to take advantage of someone?" No, it's not. Listen, I'm no fucking fan of Trainwrecks, but no. Like, even if I think Trainwrecks is... no, it's not. This is crazy. Also, that tweet is like Trainwrecks calling out other gambling streamers that are taking like affiliate codes and shit, which is, very Train. He's in his head. He's doing crazy shit. Listen, this is a man who quite literally cared more about me getting ass clapped because Adrianah mentioned me in her, when she was talking about like the initial reaction to her twit longer. And I'm still going to fucking go out the bat.
I mean, it's fair play for going about what you think is the right thing, I guess. But I don't know if like Trainwrecks cared more about that. I think Trainwrecks was, not. He was just kind of laughing about the Hasan thing. I don't think he was like seriously focused on it, like he's saying.